If you're a tech startup and you're about to hire a marketer, then there are 4 key questions you need to ask yourself before starting the process. And I'm going to talk you through each of those questions and give you some advice to help you on that journey. As a startup, it depends on what stage of growth your business is at. Are you struggling to get product market fit? Are you struggling to acquire more customers and also retain them? Are you struggling to grow after receiving some funding, a Series A, a seed funding, whatever it might be? Or are you even struggling to hire top quality talent to grow your startup? So it really depends on what your startup needs in the first place. The good thing is that marketers these days cover so many different areas and can solve so many different problems. So if you have any of those issues holding your startup back, then there will definitely be a marketer out there to help you and your business overcome them. On top of that, most good marketers in the B2B startup space are also familiar with growth marketing. And these marketers use agile sprints, so testing things like web copy, landing page conversions, pay-per-click advertising, account-based marketing, user experience. So you can use these small little sprints to test things without investing too much. The advantage being is that over time you can build up a program that includes all the different elements that are going to work together to help your business grow. But in a way that doesn't sap your marketing budget in one foul swoop. Well, the biggest factor is, are you going to run the recruitment process yourself? Now, I appreciate that using a recruitment company can be perceived as costly. So some startups today use their own methods to hire people. Because if you're going to run that process yourself, you're going to have to make recruitment an absolute priority. And the reason I say that is because today in London, right now, there are so many marketing jobs with B2B startups. It's crazy. And not only that, as a startup, you're going to be regarded as a more risky option. So not only are you fighting against the fact that tech marketers are hard to find in the first place, you're also fighting against the fact that it's going to be hard for your startup to attract the very best people because of the fact there are so many other jobs out there. So when you think about running the process yourself, you need to then think along the lines of recruitment is going to be my absolute #1 priority. Put to one side the product, put to one side raising money, put to one side managing the existing team. All those things can still run in the background, but recruitment has to be your #1 thing. In our latest salary survey, we asked marketers what's important to them or what's most important to them. And actually things like flexibility was quite important. I think that was one of the most important things. So that's definitely something, and especially if you're hiring somebody, say at marketing manager level, marketing director, CMO, that sort of level upwards, then invariably those candidates are going to come with families and stuff like that. So they're going to have extra pressure outside of work. So if you're able to, as a startup, if you're able to offer those marketers the ability to work from home or slightly more flexible hours, then you will definitely attract more people. The second thing that really interested marketers in our salary survey was the content of the work. Most marketers want to learn, they want to become better, they want to improve themselves, they want to develop their skills. They don't want to just come in and do the same job but for somebody else. And this is where there can sometimes be a bit of a mismatch between what a startup wants and what a startup can actually get. Because if you think about it, in your job, if I were to call you and headhunt you and talk to you about exactly the same job but for a similar business, then what's in it for you? Why are you going to make that jump? So the content of the work is really important to marketers too. And what they want is they want to still get involved in some of the stuff they're doing and they're good at the moment, because ultimately they enjoy it. They've become better at it. They've refined it over the years. They've developed it. They would class themselves as experts in certain areas. But they also then want to stretch themselves. They want to try new techniques. They want to try the latest tools. They want to try new programs. They want to be able to be in an environment where they can express themselves, be creative, test and learn, so that they can then develop their skills further. So there's a balance of a couple of things. They want to, yes, have that flexibility, but also the content of the work is actually really, really important to them too. They want to feel like they are progressing in their careers. They want to feel like they are developing themselves. And if you can offer that, then you are on to a winner. Look, the big mistake that a lot of startups make when hiring is hiring the wrong marketer in the first place. Typically within a startup, it could be the founder, the CEO, the MD, or even the sales director involved in hiring that marketer, when often they're not really from a marketing background themselves. They don't know the ins and the outs. They don't know the technical stuff. They don't always know the right questions to ask to find that stuff out. Now, don't get me wrong, some founders of startups really get marketing and it's their thing. But a lot of startups focus too much on cultural fit and not enough on the skills. Are the questions that you ask going to pick up on the nuances between the marketer that's going to get you from startup mode upwards, or the marketer that's going to get you from 2 million to 50 million? So that's the first mistake. The second mistake is that some startups don't sell the opportunity, because, as I said earlier, startups are risky to a lot of people. Your business may well do amazingly well. You might be the next Slack, but chances are you won't be. So think about an interview as a two-way process. Not only are you assessing to see whether or not the marketer has the right skills and the right cultural fit with your business to make it a success, but also has to be the reverse. Why is that candidate going to join you, come and work for you, and going to join your business? And how the best interviewers and the best companies do it is to split the interview in half. Half of it is me finding out about you and your skills, and then half of it is the candidate finding out about you and your business. And if you run it like that and you open up the floor to the candidate and say something like, look, okay, well, over to you. I appreciate that joining a company has its risks. I understand that you want to understand whether or not, there's a lot of understanding there, whether or not you want to work for us as a company. So how about for the next 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it takes, you pepper me with some questions so that you can find out everything that you want to know to understand whether or not this is an opportunity that's the right career choice for you. Literally nothing's off the table, so just ask as many questions as you want. Now, even by saying that, you are setting yourself apart from the majority of hiring managers out there. The majority of hiring managers focus on what they want and not what the candidate wants. And that's where your advantage can lie. Good luck in hiring a marketer for your startup. And if you need any help, then please drop us a line. We'd love to chat to you. Take care.